Ani, Kenny Pheasant again with our show Undying. This is the second video of our series on ceremonies. And this one, I call this ceremony Pkwenezege Begitnegewin. Okay? And some people call it smudging. And I tell you, I really did not hear that word growing up, smudging. I heard Pkwenezege Begitnegewin. I heard that. And so when I first heard it, I thought, okay, this will be interesting. I don't know what they mean. So they did they lit the mshkodewashk, and they put it in the Pkwenezege Begitnegewin nagas. Okay, that's what they call this. Okay, and we use the shkodens, okay, to light this, okay, and it begins to smolder, okay. Okay, in the kit meanwhile. Okay. Okay. Now, I just call this a cleansing ceremony because it cleanses your mind, your body, your spirit, okay. If something should happen, you say to yourself, when do I do this? When do I do this? Well, a perfect example one time was we were just finishing class, language class. I was at a different community doing the class, and the phone rang, and they answered it, and it was bad news. It was somebody had passed away that was a family member of one of the people that were in class. So everybody felt really bad, but there was a young man there. He went and got this in his car and brought this out, and we had a little ceremony, and everything calmed down, okay? It didn't go away, the problem didn't go away, but it calmed down. So it's a really wonderful ceremony, okay? So I don't call it smudging. Another thing, a little boy come up to me one time and hands me this as a gift. And he says, here, smudge. That's what he called it, a smudge. Now, that's going a little, we're getting a little too lazy if we're letting our kids call this smudge. This is called wingush. Okay? Now, in English, it's called sweetgrass. But I try to tell all my students, let's use our language to name our plants. Okay? The kishik, okay? Okay, in the kit meanwhile. Tobacco, sema. And the mshkotewashk. So I encourage everybody, let's not use the English terms. Let's use our terms for this. And if people don't understand, well, they can ask. I remember I was starting to teach this one young lady, and well, she was writing out a purchase order, and in her purchase order, she wrote she wanted to purchase several bags of salmon. Well, in the purchasing department, they don't come to my class, so they don't know the language. So they called me. Somebody called me and says, hey, what's this word? I said, well, how's it spelled? So they spelled it to me. I said, okay, they're trying to purchase some tobacco, but they're students of mine, so they don't want to use the word tobacco. They just want to use our word, sema. Okay, so that's good. You can do this as often as you need to do the ceremony. There's no limit. Okay, there are people, at certain times, it goes on for quite some time. Sometimes there's a lot of people that want to do this ceremony. It takes a long time. And this is what is used to do the ceremony. Oh, this was a real hit at our class one time. I challenged everybody. I said, I want you to learn how to say this word. So I taught them. Okay, they they did pretty good, and I didn't do it for a few weeks, and then I came back again, and I brought this with me in the classroom. I said, "Well, who can say this now?" And the one young lady, she tried it, but it didn't come out the way it was supposed to. She said, "Pukwenege." That is a word. That is a word in our language. And anyways, it doesn't mean Puenezga. It doesn't mean the same thing. And there's no age limit to this ceremony. It's for children. It's for both men, women. It's a nice ceremony, and we do it openly. We do it in the public. It's not something that is done in secret, but it's very, very, it's a wonderful, wonderful ceremony. So again, sometimes we use all of these medicines to do the ceremony. The wingash, okay, put inside. Kishik, put inside. Mshkotewoshk is put inside there. And of course, the sema. Okay, so this is a very wonderful, wonderful ceremony. Now remember how to say it. Let me hear you. Pkwenezege, begit negewin. Okay, that's how I want you to say it. Okay. Well, that's about it with this particular of the teaching. So it's a cleansing, not a smudging. That's well, if you want to use smudging, I guess you can do that, but I prefer to use the cleansing. So that's all I have about this Minedokewin at this time. I will come back to it at another time with another lesson. Kchimiwech gabzindoyek nungo. Wingezek sana.